This is an introductory video to something that I hope will be a series, mostly detailing the development of projects that I just recently started working on. A Prisma generator for Zig, which I'm calling Prisma Zig, and the repository can be found here under my account zadokmaloba/Prisma Zig. Mm, So, like a brief history on why I started using this is because uh, in one of my projects I'm using the Rust engine for Prisma, which now will be obsolete since they are moving to a TypeScript, moving everything to TypeScript. The Rust engine, although it's very convenient and also very type safe and all the other features that come along with Rust. One thing about it, it's the compile time is just unbearable, especially if you plan on on deploying your apps on containers, or you use build containers rather. You'll find that it takes quite some time just to compile the Prisma engine itself in Rust. For me, it was about 30 minutes, and some of these uh, deployment services they usually charge they usually charge for the build time. Like for DigitalOcean, in my case, they usually charge for the build time when you're deploying your container. And yeah, I just figured it would just be unsustainable, especially right now, just trying to push out a lot of projects, trying to get things started. So I decided to take it upon myself to build this generator, a Prisma generator for Zig. It's still very basic, and a lot of features haven't been implemented yet. But if this meets your use case, then you might also want to contribute. Yeah, so most of the work I'm mostly focusing on Postgres. Um, but if help could come in terms of development effort for other databases, it would be much appreciated. So this Prismatic is a compile time generator. Basically, the project itself, it just builds a generator. If we go to the main.zig, some of the commands that have been implemented. So this is just basically a generator. It will pass your schema, your Prisma schema, and produce Zig code. And I wanted to make it as simple as possible for the developer to include it in their project. And so you can add it as a dependency. Uh, you can add it as a dependency, and I have a demo to show how you can do that. It's very simple. All you need to do is go to your build.zig.zone, and you'll have libpq as a dependency. So this libpq zig is a thin wrapper on top of libpq, which is from all your code base. So this project libpq from all your code base it's actually just the C code from Postgres ported to the Zig build system. And just to make things easier for myself during code generation, I created a wrapper on top of that, a Zig wrapper that makes things easier that makes generation a whole lot easier. And I'm including Prisma Zig itself, which is the parent directory. And so since we are just in the same directory, I just included it as a path, but you can also include it as a URL from GitHub. And this is just all you need to do in the zone file. And then in the build.zig, you need to follow the standard procedure of adding a dependency. So you can see we add both Prisma Zig as a dependency and libpq. And then for libpq, it's actually very simple. All you need to do is add it to your imports. You just need to add libpq to your imports, and then for Prisma Zig, you need to create an executable. So this might be a bit complex for some people, but it's just the same code, copy and paste, and then add it to your projects. Basically, all you want to do is create an executable that we can add a compile command for it. You can give it any name. I'm calling it Prisma just to make life easier, so that when I want to generate, I just run Zig build Prisma generate. Yeah, and it makes life a whole lot easier. So for now, since this is a very, very, very basic generator, you will need to place your schema at the root of the project. More like the Prisma engine, the Rust Prisma engine is more advanced. It will be able to recurse over the child folders and check for a schema.prisma. In our case, we need to place it in the root directory, and for now we can only use a single schema. We don't have the ability to include other schemas that might be placed in subdirectories, but that is all work that will be handled later. So we see we have a very basic schema. Yes, and one thing I've managed to get running is auto-incremented fields is working, unique fields also working, and also default values are working, at least for the date time. And relations also working, though the generated code might not be useful. Yes. So we see that we specify an output directory source Prisma test.zig, and it's actually generated here. Prisma test.zig. This is the code generated. You see we are using libpq in the generated code just to make things easier. And yeah, that's basically it. I had an example here, but I've not committed it. Maybe now just a practical demo. I was already running it, so we have the Prisma build compile command over here. If we run it, we'll get a list of all commands that you can run. Most of them have not been implemented. init has been implemented, it will generate a basic schema for you. It will create a basic schema for you just to get you started. Will generate Zig code from your schema after passing your schema. Migrate and pull push commands, these ones are not working. Validate works, it will just pass your schema and check for any passing issues. Format also works. Version debug, yeah. So I can do Zig build Prisma validate, and it's able to pass our schema. You can see it on the right, user, post, profile, and yeah, it's able to see all the properties correctly. User 7 fields, post 7 fields, profile 4 fields, and we can also generate and it will create this Prisma test Zig, which is already here. It was already generated, and this is what it looks like. So the work pending is to resolve some of the compiled issues from the generated code, because it might not always be correct, and this is something that I'm hoping to document in the coming days as I try to familiarize myself with the streaming setup and recording setup, because I'm not too familiar with that. But hopefully it will be interesting. That's all for today. Thanks.